Hey, so I just watched Sunset Boulevard, which is a classic black comedy, romantic drama, murder mystery hybrid. I really liked it. It's one of the few classics where I didn't feel extremely disappointed by it, and one of the few classics where I didn't feel extremely bored by it. Other movies that I also felt pretty engaged by around this time are Citizen Kane, The Third Man, and yeah, some other movies. Although the last few that I've been watching, I haven't been the biggest fan of, like Silent Samurai. I couldn't get into. It was too long, and there wasn't enough good things about it for me to like it, in my opinion. Though I get why other people like it. But back to Sunset Boulevard, not to get off topic. I really liked the cynical sense of humor that the movie had, where all the characters are just egotistical. They're just all nasty characters that are just inflating their own egos and very, very selfish. And it felt like biting commentary towards like how just truly, what was the word I thought of earlier? People are just like so just out for themselves, and it just makes it feel really dog eat dog. The performances were pretty good. There is a surprisingly unnerving lead female performance. Uh, I liked the movie's twists and turns, though I found all of them very predictable. But it's a pretty well-written movie. There surprisingly isn't a lot of comedy for a black comedy, but it's still, like, a pretty good movie. I would recommend it, yeah. It's pretty good. It did, some of the twists and turns, like were a little bit surprising because while I had predicted it before it happened, it was still surprising to see them double down on some of these concepts that I thought of while watching the movie, but wasn't sure if they were really going to act upon, if that made sense. The character motivation between the main character towards the end of the film, I was confused about for a moment. But then when I realized that that might have been the only selfless act in the movie, instead of what I originally thought was a selfish act, because without spoiling anything, the main character gets one other character to leave a location for them, so that way they could have a happy life without the main character. But I thought it was just the main character being cruel for like a minute before I figured out what he was actually doing it. And part of it, I guess, is just context. But yeah, the jokes landed fairly well for me. I mean, a couple of them were hit or miss, and it wasn't like extremely hard laughter that came out of me. It was just like, chuckles. So it's not like one of those bombastic, hugely funny movies. It's just a fairly entertaining, albeit predictable, murder, mystery, drama, romance, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, I liked it. And, yeah.